This morning for What's on My Mind, we feature President of the Route Taxi Association of Jamaica, Sophia Campbell. And on her mind this morning is financial responsibility by Jamaicans who seek to engage the banking sector.
We have certainly come a far way as it relates to borrowing. Gone are the days where borrowing seemed tailored for the elite of society. The average person would encounter challenges just to borrow, as credit was inaccessible given the limitations and one's financial status. In our world today, there is a paradigm shift whereby many more individuals can borrow hassle-free given the competition in the market, and therefore it behooves us to be engaged in responsible borrowing. Borrowing money has become an integral part of our financial lives, and so people may borrow to address various needs, whether it is for purchasing a new home, a new car, paying school fees, starting a new business, or covering some unexpected expenses. Borrowing can provide you with the much needed financial assistance. In our current situation, high inflation has already whittled away the disposable income of most families, and therefore it is important for individuals to ensure they are taking the right steps to borrow responsibly. Responsible borrowing is crucial for one to avoid falling into a debt trap and ensure long-term financial stability and wellness. I can hear you pondering, what is responsible borrowing? Well, here is my rationale. Responsible borrowing is not just being able to repay what you borrow, but also to repay on time as scheduled. Before applying for a loan, you have to carefully consider your repayment plan. Calculate how much you can afford to pay each month without straining your finances. It requires one to make informed decisions prior to borrowing, distinguishing between needs versus wants, and prioritizing financial stability and well-being over instant pleasure. Responsible borrowing is ensuring that you are in a better position financially in fostering healthy spending habits that contributes to your overall economic wellness from the funds borrowed. There are some fundamentals to consider in responsible borrowing. These involve but are not limited to: what is the purpose for borrowing? Prior to taking on debt of any kind, it is very important to evaluate the purpose and necessity of borrowing. Is the loan really necessary at this time, or can it wait until further in the future? One must be able to clearly distinguish between necessary expenses and discretionary spending, as there is no need to take on unnecessary debt. Also consider alternative options. Example, adjusting your budget, building an emergency fund, or utilizing existing savings. You can also consider grants or scholarships for educational purposes. Budgeting and planning. Make sure that you take into account your income, living expenses, and other debt obligations. You must set aside funds for loan repayments to avert being delinquent. This prudent approach not only promotes responsible borrowing, but also contributes to long-term financial well-being. Understand terms and conditions. It is essential to understand the loan terms and conditions, including the interest rates, repayment periods, penalties for late payments, hidden fees, and any other costs associated with the loan. One must read the fine print, ask questions, and seek legal advice if some of the terms and conditions are not clear. If any aspect appears unclear, it is imperative not to hesitate in seeking clarification. By thoroughly grasping the specifics, you can confidently navigate your financial journey and proactively anticipate and address potential challenges. This knowledge equips you with the foresight to make well-informed choices, promoting financial stability and minimizing uncertainties along the way. Gaining a comprehensive understanding of all the relevant details empowers you to avoid surprises in the future. Borrow within your means. Borrow only what you can repay without straining your financial resources. Calculate your monthly income and expenses to determine how much you can put aside to repay your debt. It is important to avoid borrowing outside your means, as this will invariably lead to financial stress and potential default. Opting for a loan that aligns harmoniously with your financial objectives ensures a favorable borrowing experience. Repay the loan on time to avoid late fees and damage to your credit score. One common mistake when it comes to borrowing is taking a loan for an amount more than necessary. While it may be tempting to access a large amount of cash, keep in mind that you will be responsible for repaying the borrowed funds plus interest and fees. Borrowing only what you need will help you avoid unnecessary debt and ensure that you comfortably repay the loan within the agreed time frame. Remember, responsible borrowing means taking only what is necessary to address your immediate financial needs. Shop around and compare lenders. It's important to research and compare different financial institutions when considering taking on debt. Don't just go with the first lender that offers you a loan. Once you know what type of loan or credit product you need, shop around to find the best loan solution. Compare offers from multiple lenders to find the one that best meets your needs and budget. Be sure to consider factors such as interest rates, fees, repayment terms, and any other conditions or restrictions that may apply. A well-informed choice can save you some money and help you avoid future issues. This also enables you to negotiate lower interest payments and other costs associated with the funds borrowed. Maintain a good credit score. Your credit score holds immense influence over your borrowing capabilities and the interest rates that you become eligible for. It is a pivotal factor in determining your financial standing and impacts the terms and conditions lenders offer. A good credit score is crucial for future borrowing as it gives one access to more favorable options. To achieve this, ensure you make repayments on time, as late or missed payments can negatively impact one's credit ratings. You can set up automatic payments, standing orders, or reminders to ensure that you do not miss a payment. If you are struggling to repay the loan, contact the lender to discuss your options. Avoid multiple loans. It can be tempting to take out multiple loans to cover your expenses, but this can quickly lead to a debt spiral. Try to avoid taking out multiple loans at once and focus on repaying your existing debts. Avoiding loan default. One of the biggest concerns for borrowers is the risk of defaulting on their loans. Defaulting occurs when a borrower fails to make their loan payments on time, leading to serious consequences such as damage to credit scores, legal actions, and additional fees. To prevent this from happening, it is crucial to approach borrowing responsibly and take proactive measures to ensure timely repayment. Do your due diligence. Choose financial institutions licensed and regulated by relevant authorities. By choosing a reputable lender, you can have confidence in the borrowing process and minimize the risk of encountering predatory practices before committing to any borrowing agreement. In summary, responsibly taking loans is crucial for maintaining a healthy financial life. By familiarizing yourself with the tenets of responsible borrowing, evaluating your financial standing, exploring various loan options, carefully reviewing the terms and conditions, formulating a practical repayment strategy, monitoring your credit score, and seeking professional financial advice whenever necessary, you can make well-informed choices that steer clear of unnecessary debt. Embracing these practices empowers you to navigate the realm of borrowing with prudence, safeguarding your financial well being and promoting a sound financial future. Remember, responsible borrowing empowers you to take control of your finances and build a secure future. I hope you will agree with me that responsible borrowing is like a bridge over troubled waters, and you will endeavor to make sound financial decisions that will turn your dreams into reality. I am Sophie Campbell, and that's what's on my mind.
Very strong what's on my mind there from Sophia Campbell as it relates to spending and loans being available to all different classes of people now.
Yeah. So you have to think about the long road when you borrow, that you have to repay.
You know what came to my mind with this quickly, Tano? You know, back then when I was growing up, you would always hear you must despise loans, despise. That's foolishness, you know. It's foolishness. You have to learn how to use capital to gain and to make more income. Yeah. So, debt is not a bad thing, totally. You have to use debt in order to make money. Yeah. So, very interesting stuff from Sophia Campbell. An excellent what's on my mind there.